Hello once again to everybody watching and listening. I'm playing a game against Knight and I'm very interested in seeing what I could do better here. I'm going to spoil it for once. I'm going to lose in a mirror. And when I lose in a mirror, I am highly interested to see how I could have turned it around. And all the small little mistakes that I did, you can already see. It's a mirror with fangs and tarantulas into marksmen and tarantulas. And we both decided to go a bit deeper into the tarantula spider holes here and see what we can get done. Maybe. The first mistake is actually going for crawlers. Because technically I think against tarantulas, fangs are quite an amount better because they stop. And that means the tarantula has to shoot, stop, shoot, move, shoot, move, shoot, move. Also, I did not anticipate my opponent going for phoenixes, but he is area specialist, so it's probably superior to marksman in many ways. Well, in two ways. First of all, it's more deployment efficient, and second of all, it's air, and third of all, it also is more DPS. And fourth of all, he's air specialist, so it's going to be extra more DPS and health. Also, my positioning is not good into what my opponent has. A lot of my marksmen are shooting nothing good, and this side got completely crushed. Yeah, the phoenixes are going to eat everything here. I think it was a mistake going for the crawlers as a default. I should have gone, if I go into another mirror with tarantulas and I don't have chaff at the start, I think I should choose the fangs instead. I don't even remember the rest of the game really, so I am kind of discovering this anew, as you guys are. He goes for fire badgers and I go for mustangs. I still think mustangs are fine here, like instantly going for range and then adding more chaff. Just imagine that this chaff could have been fangs. I think that would have been better. The fire badgers are also better into crawlers than fangs because they have to move up to kill fangs, and they kill them just as well as crawlers. But they will also have to approach the unit instead of just being able to fire as the crawlers approach. I also think that, like, this is fine. Into early game Phoenixes, I think this is absolutely fine. And it clears out the fangs, and it doesn't even do that badly into tarantulas as long as the Mustangs either have items, that is damage items, or a significant range and chaff advantage. They can kill tarantulas. They have the DPS for that, surprisingly. Anyway, these are fairly far backwards, and there is only one marksman to deal with these phoenixes. Once again, my units get pulled to the inside. That sucks. There is some chaff in front, but not a lot to cover the phoenixes. Also, these are now instantly locked onto, so that is pretty bad for my opponent. All in all, I think he might be getting the bad end of those trades, but at the same time there's really only Mustangs and Marksmen left for me. That said, Marksmen and Mustangs aren't even that bad of a combination of units, just not under tower debuffs. I think I lost this mostly because of a really bad tower debuff. Tower degradation hurts. And these units are just too tanky for these level 1 Marksmen. Unfortunately, I don't get a kill on that fire badger. That would have been great. That spider levels, and that is cause for concern. Underground threat. There isn't really anything here. Yeah. At least in the way of crawlers. I wonder if you put it in the corner, if these are going to come around. I'm pretty sure they will. He puts the crawlers here defensively. I put them here offensively. Do I go for a replicate? I think I actually don't. This is enough crawlers to overwhelm one pack, and I'm going for additional tarantulas. I think so far this is still fine-ish. I think the only big mistake that I did was choosing crawlers instead of choosing fangs. He puts more fire badgers here, which is absolutely reasonable. They are probably going to defend these crawlers. So maybe if I anticipate a mirror here, maybe I should still put it on the outside, simply so that they take more time traveling there and then traveling to the front. Well, is there anything else happening? Not. Apparently not. These are about halfway to leveling, and yeah, they came around and helped. Without that, it could have been pretty bad, although I guess these crawlers were there to defend in any case. Right now, though, I'm crushing this side. Like, hard. But I am getting crushed hard on this side. The spider's going to eat a lot of crawlers, and the mustangs can kill everything else, I guess. Some mustangs have decided to gun down a phoenix. And the marksman is helping. I didn't even win as dominantly on this side, but I guess my carry is still alive, and these mustangs are now leveling. I'm unfortunately not getting that tarantula under my own under the tower debuff that I inflicted, but honestly, these ranged mustangs with tower degradation, they should be able to just kill everything. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah. Mustangs that are shooting you from afar when you've lost a tower is scary. Portable shield on either of these units is going to be terrifying. It's going to be worse on the fire badgers than the tarantula, I think. Fire badgers are just insanely tanky. I have about the same health as a tarantula, I think, in pure base stats. I now go for range because from my experimenting, range is actually better. And I should probably search myself a tarantula that is very close to leveling, which is definitely this one. And put that shield there. It's going to help this round, yeah, and it's most likely going to pay off in the next round when this tarantula hopefully levels. I am definitely ahead on tarantulas. The only problem is I don't really have any DPS to crack these fire badgers. I know some people have been enjoying like tarantula, as in spider, and sabers, and phoenixes, I think. No, it was something else. Like, it was 3 times S. Spider, saber, and something else, I think. Maybe it was scorpion. Spider, saber, scorpion. I think that's something that people have started playing. And I haven't really tried it, but I can definitely see scorpions helping here. This time I'm really going through on this side, and there is still some spiders left, but most of them are now gone, and he's going to get a tower debuff at a pretty devastating time, I think. Well, there isn't going to be much left now, yeah. It mostly doesn't really matter. The marksmen have leveled, and that means they actually do somewhat decently well into level 2, or level 2, what's it called again? Fire badgers. Absorption module, supply specialist, junior manufacturing, improved wasp. We're both picking junior. And he adds the stormcallers, yeah. Reasonable. I add more marksmen. I need the DPS now, and I kinda, I found enough room to breathe. I have a really big carry unit in these Mustangs that are starting to level. I think it's not even looking badly for me. Also, this positioning on the Stormcallers I think is horrifying because one unit of chaff in the middle is going to distract them. If anything, you should like place one in the middle, place one here, place one here. That way you need to drop at least 2 units to distract all of them. For now, though, the Stormcallers might be paying off pretty well, because they're going to hit these spiders. Most of them, anyway. Well, actually, only one pack targets the spiders. The other packs target the crawlers on the outside, which means that these Stormcallers should have been further forward. They would have gained a lot more value this way. That spider is big, and it's locking down my own spiders, so I'm not clearing chaff. There's a problem. A big problem. But this also is a big problem for my opponent right now. And that spider is probably not going to go down. At least it's not going to go down easily. Finally, chaff clear here has been unblocked. And I think it's pretty clear how this round's going to end. So far, I'm definitely ahead in this mirror. We have a pretty big saber. We have sandworms. I think the saber is actually a decent pick here to sell it, but also to just run it. Even for me, I think sabers would be a good addition to this board. Shield myself from missiles, get some pretty big firepower on the ground, but I guess I kind of have the marksman for that. So I'm kind of playing Spider, Marksman, Mustang so far. Yeah, it's more Stormcrawlers, okay. I now drop the spider mines and I do get a crawler here that can hopefully distract all of this. Elite on these marksmen. With this many marksmen, I think it's actually worth a lot. And it helps them compete a tiny bit at least with the range that the Stormcrawlers have, though he gave them extended range. I don't know why he gave them extended range. I think that is a misplay. I don't think there's a big advantage you get this way. Like, they are going to be the last unit that is going to get killed anyway, so why would you need to extend the range even further? The mines are going to distract. First wave is not getting in, but that's kind of what you expect to happen. Second wave is going to be way more difficult to hold off. He has the saber, and the saber is big and it can kill a lot of stuff, but he, even with all of these, with fire badgers are not enough chaff clear. They kinda need upgrades to do their job well enough. Elite is making these marksmen stay far enough back so they don't get splashed by the Stormcrawlers. This way they can focus on all of the targets and will just get them killed. Alright, I'm still ahead in this mirror. This is a bit bad, but actually, tower degradation to the rescue. So far everything is looking up.